Hi, hello, good morning. Let's have a technical check first. Can you hear and can you see me clearly? Okay, that's awesome. Now, let me also share my screen. So just a second. Okay, now I share my screen just to confirm. Can you see me? Okay, amazing. That's good. Now, welcome my grade 8 Bonifacio students. Welcome to our online English lesson. Now, let me first introduce myself. My name is Teacher Joy Bacala. Then I will be your online English teacher for this morning. All right. So before we dig in deeper for our today's lesson, let me give you here some reminders in order for us to attain or to achieve a smooth transition as we acquire new learnings for this morning. Okay, so for the first part here, okay, let me change our slide. Okay, the first part, make sure you all have the necessary materials in hand, such as your mobile devices, notebook, module, and pen. So I hope all of these are already in your side. And then for the second part, find your most comfortable and quiet place so that you will not be distracted. Okay, and for the third one, unless otherwise instructed by your teacher, always turn on your video, your audio, and please mute your microphone so that everything will go well. And lastly here, pay close attention and most importantly, respect one another, especially your teacher. Uh, Before I forgot, if you wanted to ask or to answer the questions, so you can do that by clicking the raise hand button. It can be found under your screen beside the annotation tool. All right. So do you have questions, clarifications? Raise your hand. Okay, nine. Okay, that's good. So to formally start our discussion, let's start our lesson with a prayer. So let us pray.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we offer to you our class today. Thank you for your protection and love. Help us to focus our hearts and minds on what we are about to learn. Guide us as we discover more about the world around us. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, amen. All right, so my dear students again, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to our lesson today. Now, yesterday, I gave you some homework. I expect or I anticipate that you are done submitting all of your, your tasks in our Google Classroom. Okay, so in line with that, I would like to request all of you to please write your name in the chat box as well as please send to me your profile picture of yours so that it will be the basis of our attendance and also the basis of the activity that I prepared for today's lesson. Okay. All right. So that's nice. I think everything is now set. So let's have a review first if what we discussed yesterday. Okay. So the first question is, what is literature? Any hand? All right, so we have here Joanne. Please turn on your microphone. Okay, go ahead. All right, thank you so much for that, Joanne. So Joanne said that literature is broadly a collection of written work, but it is also used more narrowly for writings, specifically considered to be an art form. Okay, so good job. Now, next question here is, what are the different genres of literature? All right, so another hand. Okay, we have Jennifer. Okay, Jennifer, please turn on your microphone. Okay, exactly, that's correct. So, there are four main literary genres. These are first, poetry, fiction, non-fiction, and drama. Exactly. And last question here is, what type of literature is based on real situations? Okay, any hand? We have Mary. Okay, Mary, please turn on your microphone. Thank you so much, Mary. So Mary said that it is the non-fiction. Good job. Exactly, that's correct. Okay, amazing. All right. So my dear students, I'm so grateful that you're still able to remember what we discussed yesterday. So amazing. Now today, since today is a new day, it means new discussion that we are going to discuss. Now, before we start our discussion, let me give you first here an activity entitled the lucky wine. So just a second, let me change first here. Okay. Now, what you are going to do, what we are going to do here is that I would like you to please visualize that we are inside in an airplane. Okay. So, and then, unintentionally, we still don't know in what specific country we are going to visit. Now, I will be presenting you here some flyers or pictures as a hint if what country is it. All right. So we have here the picture. This is second, first picture, second, third, and fourth. All right. So based on this picture, all right, what did you find in the flyers? Okay, any hand? We have, okay, Jay. Okay, Jay, please turn on your microphone. Okay, thank you so much for that, Jay. Yes, you can see different pictures. We have the camel, we have the national flag, we have here a building. Okay, so since Jay, you are the one who answered the first question, based on the pictures in the flyers, all right, where do you think our destination for today is and why do you think so? Israel, it could be. Okay, thank you for that. Nice try. Another hand. We have Fabi. Okay, exactly. That is in Saudi Arabia. Good job. Okay, that is in Saudi Arabia. So that's good. Now, my dear students, before the lesson, I also sent you a message. All right, so who among you here received the message that I sent? Oh, we have Matthias. Okay, Matthias, can you please tell me what did you find in the link? Or what can you see rather? Ah, okay. So congratulations, Matthias. You are our lucky winner for today. You won a $1 million prize. Congratulations for that. Okay, so if not mistaken, you are 50 students here. Then you are the lucky one who received the $1 million prize. Now, Matthias, based on that $1 million prize, I have a question for you. Mhm. What do you feel since you are the lucky one who received the $1 million? You are happy. Oh, that's good, of course. And then, what are you going to do with your million pesos prize? Ah, you will buy house and lot, a sports car. You will also buy your crush, our sure. Mhm, it could be. Oh, that's good. And also, in that case, Matthias, what will you feel if someone wants to kill you because of that prize? And how are you going to address it? Oh, it could be. Yeah, that's a nice answer. So, Matthew said that he will hire a bodyguard so that 24/7 he is safe. And then he also stated that he will be saving his money, okay, in the bank. So that's a nice, plan. Okay, that's good. Good job. So my dear students, okay, thank you so much for your participation. I welcome you all for our special topic today. Okay, the activity that we did is in relation to our new lesson for today. I welcome you all to our special literary flight bound for Saudi Arabia. All right. The same with what happened to Matthias as well as his feelings, it will also experience by our characters of the literary piece that we are going to watch today, where the poor man rises, okay, to riches by means of a lucky break. The same what happened to Matthias and how he conquers the challenges of his fortune. Now, I would like you to please fasten your seatbelt as we fly to Saudi Arabia. So, my dear students, are you ready? Mhm. All right, so yes, of course, you are now ready. Now, let me introduce you our last one for today. Our literary piece that we are going to discuss is the Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, a folktale from 1001 Nights. Okay, now, my students, who among you here have such, already have an experience where you already watch or view the story or read rather the story? Mhm. I can see three hands. Okay, good for you because it could be an advantage in your case since you can easily understood our discussion for today. So good job. Maybe you have an advanced study for today's lesson. Okay, so in line with that, in order for us to be guided with our lesson today, let me present you here our lesson objectives. Okay, so just a second. So at the end of this lesson, we will be able to first one. Okay. Identify and explain the elements of the story Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. All right. Second one, demonstrate understanding of the text through taking the roles of the character. And lastly is share meaningful comments and insightful observation how the elements specific to a genre contribute to the theme of a particular literary through oral recitation. So this will be our lesson objectives in this lesson. Now, do you have any questions or clarifications with our lesson objectives? Okay, nine. Okay, that's good to hear. Now, let me present you here the background of the story. All right, so that we have, an idea of what is the story we are going to tackle. Now, please be informed that the Alibaba and the 40 Thieves is part of the book entitled 1001 Nights, also known as the 1001 Nights or Arabian Nights. So it is a combination of different stories then jive or consolidated together in one book. So may I know who among you here can give me such example in which there are different books, okay, join or consolidated together to form a one single book? Any hand? Oh, we have here Carlos. Okay, Carlos, please turn on your microphone. Okay, go ahead. Okay, exactly. That's correct. That is the Bible. So we know, if I am not mistaken, the Bible comprises of 66 books. And then it is joined together. That's why we have the Bible today. The same also with the 1001 Nights. It is a combination of different stories. Then it is joined together. That's why we have this book. Okay. And second one, we have here the 1001 Nights is a collection of Middle Eastern and South Asian stories during the Islamic Golden Age. That's why it composed of different stories because it is a combination of Middle Eastern and South Asian stories. Okay, great job. Now, for the third part, the stories are based from historical stories to tragic romances to comedies. It only portrays that it is a variety of different story, a diverse culture of Saudi Arabia, or not only in Saudi, but during the Islamic Golden Age. All right. So may I know, do you have any guess or prediction how many stories are there inside the book? Any hand? We have Tulga. Okay, Tulga, please turn on your microphone. Can you please guess how many stories are there in the book? 500, it could be. Thank you so much for that, Tulga. Now today, let me inform you here. According to Al-Nadim, the book contains only 200 stories. Right? But still, it's quite a lot. Okay, just imagine 200 stories joined together. So it is a combination of different stories, and due to its diversity, we can conclude that the culture of the Middle Eastern and South Asian countries are very rich. All right. So, my dear students, since we are done talking about the background of the story, we are going to watch the short video about the story Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Now, I would like you to please pay attention and listen carefully because after we watch the video, I will be asking some questions to check your understanding, and this video also will be the basis of our activity. Okay, so let's listen and watch together. In 1, 2, 3, go, start.
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. Once upon a time, in a town in Perusia, there lived two brothers, one named Kasim and the other Alibaba. Their father left them no great property. Though he had divided it equally between them, their fortune stood up in equal, but it was otherwise. Kasim married a widow, who, soon after the marriage, became heiress of a large estate and a good shop and a warehouse full of rich merchandise, so that all at once he became one of the richest merchants and lived at his ease. Ali Baba, on the other hand, lived in a very mean dwelling and had no other means of maintaining himself other than his daily labor in cutting wood in a forest near the town and bringing it upon 3 asses to town to sell. One day, Ali Baba was in the forest when he saw 40 thieves stop in front of a cave. The leader said,
Open sesame.
and before Ali Baba's amazed eyes, the sealed mouth of the cave magically opened, and the men disappeared inside. To come out and close the entrance, the leader said,
Close sesame.
and the cave sealed itself once more. Trembling with excitement, Ali Baba waited till the thieves had left and then entered the cave. After saying the magic words, to his delight, he found lots of treasure. Ali Baba told his brother Qasim about the wondrous cave. Qasim set off to get some treasure for himself too. Sadly, he forgot the words to leave the cave, and the thieves killed him. Ali Baba discovered his brother's body in a cave. With the help of a servant girl called Morgina, he was able to take Qasim's body back home and bury it. Realizing that someone else knew about their cave, the thieves tracked Ali Baba down. The leader, disguised as an oil seller, stayed with Ali Baba. He had brought along mules loaded with 40 oil jars containing the other thieves. Clever Morgina knew who the oil seller really was and poured boiling oil into the jars, killing the other thieves. While dancing in front of the leader of the thieves, Morgina stabbed him. Ali Baba was saved and lived happily with Morgina ever after.
All right. So thank you so much for watching the video. Okay, my dear students, do you like the story? All right. Okay, that's nice. So you like the story now. Let me ask a question regarding with that video. Okay, just a second here. One moment. Okay. Now, based on the video or on the in the story that we watched earlier, okay, what does the story reflect? Okay, any hand? All right. So we have here Aitor. Okay, Aitor, please turn on your microphone. Okay, go ahead. Carry on. Okay, thank you so much for that, Aitor. You did great. So good job. High five. Peace bomb. All right. Now, the story is all about the man, Alibaba, who found the treasure and encounter different challenges. All right. And it is being, it's about being indifferent. So that's the story all about, right? About the treasure that luckily they found. All right. So good job. That's nice. Next question. Who is your favorite character and why? Okay, let me call a name here. Ludwika, can you please turn on your microphone? Okay, carry on. All right, thank you so much for that, Ludwika. You did great. Good job. So Ludwika said that her favorite character is Morgana because she is observant and very brave, even if she is a girl. The same with you, Ludwika. You are also a girl, so you must need to be observant at all times. Okay, good job. So hype, hype. Okay, good job, Ludwika. Now, last question. How does the story pass or told? Okay, based on the discussion I said earlier, and since we are aware that this is a kind of folk tale. So we know that folk tale is a kind of genre under the non-fiction, right? Okay, in hand, we have Leia. Okay, please turn on your microphone. All right, good job. Thank you so much for that, Leia. So Leia said, the story is passed or told through mouth to mouth, I mean, dissemination or relay, because we know that folktale is a kind of story where it is passed from generation to generation through, I mean, mouth to mouth relay or discussion, or I mean dissemination rather. All right, so good job. So that's nice, Layo. High five. Okay, good job. Now, since you already understood, I mean, the story, what does the story all about, and I can see that you comprehended well. Now, let's have here our activity entitled, okay, just a second here. Okay, uh-huh. Okay. The word, what am I? So what we are going to do in this activity is that uh, I will be choosing a student, okay, randomly based on your name. I asked you earlier during the first part of the discussion to please send your name. So that will be the basis of our random calling of your name. So after I call your name, okay, I forgot. You need to choose here the number rather. Let me write here first. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, and 5. So what you are going to do is you need to choose the number. After you choose the number, you need to uh, fill out, okay, the specific data needed, all right, or information needed. Then after you answer, there will be prices here. Then it will be the basis of your points. Okay, is that clear? Do you have questions or clarifications? Okay, none. So let's start our game. So are you ready? All right, so please prepare. Who will be our lucky, okay, winner? Okay, let's have here the names. Let's open first the name. Okay, just a second. Okay. Now, I share the screen. Can you see it clearly? I mean the online picker. Okay, yes. Okay, so now let's spin the wheel in 1, 2, 3, go start. Spin the wheel. Alright, the first one will be Thomas Joey David Cha 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 Cha. Eric. Okay, Eric, you will be the one to answer the first part. Okay, that's nice. Now, please choose one number. Okay, what number do you want to choose? Number? Okay, number 2. Okay, 2 here. What's inside? Oh, the plot. Okay, so now, I forgot the name. Just a second. Eric, can you please tell me what is plot and what is the plot of the story? Okay, go ahead. Turn on your microphone. Okay, exactly. Good job. So thank you so much for that, Eric. Now, Eric said, okay, let me present here. Okay, just a second, the plot. Okay, so Eric said that if we talk about plot, it tackles or it talks about how the story happened or occurs. Okay, so to be more specific, okay, he stated earlier that during the presentation of the video, okay, we have the exposition. So if I say exposition, okay, it's in the presentation of the first part. So he stated that Alibaba is cutting wood and he saw the thieves using the magic spell to open the cave. All right. However, for the rising action in this part, he stated that the thieves arrived in the cave and they killed Kasim because they found they find Kasim rather inside the cave. And for the climax in the this one in the apex, okay, Eric said that when the teams planned to kill Alibaba, but Morgina noticed that there are people hiding in the jar. Mhm. And for the Noma, or in the falling action rather, Morgana tell Alibaba what she knows, and that's the time they take the actions. And for the conclusion, Morgina stopped the captain and Alibaba offer Morgina her freedom and they live happily ever after. All right, so good job. So congratulations. You did great, Eric. You were able to answer the questions, okay, exactly. So good job. Okay, that's nice. Now, very good. So in this case, let's try to check what will be your points because as I said earlier, there are some points in the inside rather that rectangle. So just a second, let me copy here first. One moment. Okay, so just a second. Mhm. Sorry, oh, sorry. Okay, so let's play the audio. Ta-da! Are you ready, Eric? What's your score? Mhm. Okay, ta-da! Let's open. Your score will be ta-da! Okay, you have plus 3 points. Congratulations. Okay, so you have 3 points. Good job. Excellent. Okay, so now let's move on to the next number. Let's try to choose the name. Okay, let's see again. Let's see who will be the next lucky student to answer the next question. We have James. Okay, James, you will be the one to answer the question. Okay, please choose a number. Number number four. Okay, number four. What's inside number four? Okay, James, can you please tell me what is conflict and what is the conflict of this story? Okay, go ahead. Turn on your microphone. Okay. Mhm. Okay, thank you so much for that, Jake. Okay, awesome. That's a nice answer. Now, Jake said that he defined first what is conflict. Okay, so if we say conflict, it reveals the opposing beliefs and truths about life. Okay, it entertains by creating relatable context in emotional, dangerous, or exciting ways. So you got the point, Jake. So that's good. Now the question is, what is the conflict of the story? So let me check first. One, two, three, four. Okay. So the conflict in the story is about man versus himself because we observe in the video that Alibaba and Fortitude has conflicts in regards to the discovery of the spell, and when Kasim wanted to steal the gold or the treasure. Okay, good job. Amazing. That's a nice answer. Now let's try to know what's your score. Okay, so Jake, are you ready? Okay, tada! Let's open the rectangle. Your score is plus 4 points. Good job. Congratulations. High five. Okay, amazing. Okay, great job. Now let's move on to the next part. Let's try to choose another student. We have the remaining 1, 3, and 5 numbers. Let's spin again the wheel. Okay, just a second here. Okay, spin, 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 spin. Alright, we have Kalumason. Yes, we have Mason. Okay, good job. Okay, Mason. Uh-huh. Okay, second. Okay, Mason. Is that Mason or Mason? Mason, sorry for that. Okay, Mason, kindly choose or pick the number you prefer. Okay, number one. Okay, what's inside number one? Ta-da! Okay, character. All right, so Mason, can you please tell me what is character and what are the characters, or who are rather the characters in the story? Okay, please turn on your microphone and go ahead. Uh-huh. Okay, thank you so much for that. So good job, Mason. You did great. Now, Mason said, if we talk about character are the actors in the story. It could be the animals or the people. So in this case, the characters in this story are people. Okay, good job. Now, he also stated earlier that the characters in the story are, we have here, there are 3 human elements in the picture, in the story. We have Alibaba, we have Morjana, and one of the thieves. These are the main characters. But we also know that we have the wife of, Alibaba, the wife of Kasim, and also Kasim, who is killed by the leader or the captain of the thieves. Okay, exactly. Good job. Very good. High five, Mason. You did great. Now, let's try to know what's inside the box. What's your score? Ta-da! Are you ready? Okay, let's open. For the character, you have okay, plus 2 points. Good job. Congratulations. High five. Okay, that's good. So we have here 2 remaining numbers. Now let's choose again for the next student who will answer the next number. Yes, next number. Now let's choose let's spin again the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. Ta-da! Okay, we have here Callum Robert Jacob Chong. Oh, Jacob. Okay, Jacob, you will be the one to answer the question. Alright? Okay, please choose the number. Okay, number 3. Okay, now what's inside number 3? Oh, it's the theme. Now, Jacob, can you please tell me what is a theme and what is the theme in the story? Okay, go ahead. Start. Turn on your microphone. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, good job. So thank you so much for your answer. I mean, Jacob, you did great, but maybe you are confused. What's the definition of the theme? Okay, so thank you so much. That's a nice try. However, we have another hand? Any volunteer? We have Jay. Okay, Jay, can you please help Jacob? Okay, that's correct. Good job. So thank you so much, Jacob and Jay, for your collaboration. You did great. Now, let's try to know what is a theme. So, my dear students, okay, Jay said that the theme is the central idea of the story, and that is correct. All right, so good job. Now, based on the story, what is the theme in the story? So, let's know. One, two, three. Okay, Jay said earlier that the theme of the story is that the poor man rises to riches by means of a lucky break, because we know that Alibaba found the treasure. Okay, so it's the reason why from poor to rich. And on the other hand, the major theme is embodied by Morjana, okay, being the feminism here, which portrays the loyalty and honesty, which can be easily digestible. All right, so it's the main part or the main theme of the story. Okay, thank you so much for that. Now, Jay, all right, please choose. I mean, let's try to know what's inside the box. So let's know what's your score. Ta-da! Okay, we have here your theme is your score is plus 1 point. Okay, congratulations, but even though it's 1 point, don't worry. It's still only a game. Okay, that's fine. You still have points. So it's the essence. All right, now let's move on to the last number here, number 5. Who will be the one to answer the last part, the lucky one? Okay, let's spin the wheel again. Ta-da! We have next student. Noah, Jake, and Liam, John, Holly. Okay, Holly, will be the one to answer the last part. Okay, number 5. Okay, so here, okay, for that, Harry. Okay, Harry, can you please tell me what is setting and what is the setting in the story? Okay, turn your microphone. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, thanks a bunch for your answer, Harry. You did great. Okay, good job. That's the correct answer. So let's try to know what is the setting in the story. But before that one, let me inform you first what is setting or what Harry described earlier when he described the setting. So he said that setting initiates the main backdrop and mood for a story or the location of the story. So that's correct. Okay, again, the main backdrop or the location of the story. So we know that in the video we watched earlier, the setting are first one, the outskirts of town. We have the Alibaba's house, the cave or the dine, and also the last part is the forest. So these are the setting in the story. Okay, good job. Now let's try to know what's inside. What could be the score. Ta-da! All right, so we have plus 5 points, the highest score. Congratulations, Harry. High five, Miss Mom. Hi, hi. Okay, good job. That's nice, amazing. So you did great. Now, okay, let's try. Okay, me, I know. Do you enjoy our activity? Okay, I'm happy that you are enjoying. Now, let's try to create a analyzation of the activity. Okay, so let me ask here the first question. The first question is, how did you find the activity? Any hand? All right, so Andres, turn on your microphone. Okay, go ahead. All right. Okay, thank you so much for that, Andres. Oh, you said, Andres, that it is average. Sometimes some are easy, some are hard. Why can you say so? Okay, thank you so much. So Andres said that some part or some elements of the story, because we discussed this before, specifically the character, it's easy to find, but the plot is quite hard. Why? Because okay. He stated that we need some analyzation, we need to identify. So it's the reason why. Mhm. So, but that's fine. You did great. You're able to identify how you find the activity. Okay. So another hand. We have Jay. Okay, Jay, turn on your microphone. Okay, Jay said that the activity is easy. So why? Oh, because finding the elements is basic because we described this before, or we learned this before. Oh, good for you, Jay. So, salute, salute, saludar, saludar, high five. Okay, good job. Now, next question is, how did you identify the elements of the literary text? Okay, any hand? Oh, it seems that you are so quiet. Hello. Hi, are you still there? Okay, so let's make it lively. Let's choose again who will be the next person or student to answer. Let's spin the wheel. Ta-da! Okay, let's play the background sound. Okay, just a second. Lucky person will be ta-da! Liam. Okay, Liam. Okay, are you still there? Okay, I will repeat the question again. The question is, how did you identify the elements of the text? Okay, let me copy here down the question so that you can see that in the screen. Okay, can you see the text? So again, how did you identify the elements of the literary text? Okay. Thank you so much for that, Liam. So Liam said he able to identify the elements by analyzing the story and looking for the essential part of the elements. So that's correct. Okay, good job. Another hand. Okay, we have here some volunteer, Laura. Okay, Laura, turn on your microphone. Okay, thank you so much for that, Laura. You did great. So Laura said that we can find, or I mean we can find the elements of the story by taking consideration of what is asked. Okay, specifically in the box here, we are asked for the character, the plot, the theme, the conflict, and the setting. So it's a time for us to, I mean, to analyze the same in relation to the first question, the first answer earlier. So that's correct. So it is defining first what's the concept all about. All right. Okay. Good job. So that's nice. Now, next question is, in what specific ways do you think you can help yourself improve your identification skills of the elements of the story? Did you get the question? Okay, don't worry. Let me copy here. So I believe most of you are visual learners. So let me copy or let me type here the question. Okay, again, in what specific ways do you think you can help yourself improve your identification skills of the elements of the story? Okay, so let's spin again the wheel. Are you ready? Who will be the next student to answer the question? Ta-da! We have here Thomas, Joey, David, Oliver, Jay, Noah. Okay, Noah, you are the first one. You are the one who will answer the question. Okay, the question is, in what specific ways do you think you can help yourself improve your identification skills of the elements of the story? Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your answer. I forgot the name. Noah. Okay, that's correct. So Noah said that we can improve our identification skills by first understanding the concept of the elements, which means we need to define what's the meaning of these words so that it could be easy for us to identify. He also added that it could be better to read different stories. All right, to know different variety of, I mean, genre. Okay, to identify different elements of this story. Okay, that's correct. Another hand, another answer. We have Hallie. Okay, Hallie, turn on your microphone. Okay, exactly. Good job. That's also a nice answer, Hallie. Okay, high five, fist bump. Okay, so Hallie said that it could also be better if we will reread some stories to build fluency and in order for us to easily understood the story all about. And she also added that maybe it could also be a good idea to ask question to your teacher. Okay, to me, if you wanted to clarify what's the story all about, or you can also search in the internet. All right, good job. So my dear students, I'm happy for your performance. You did great. We able to analyze on how did you able to, I mean, find our activities. A good job. Hi, hi. Okay, good job. So now let's move on to the realization, or let's create a generalization based on our activity. Now, the first question is, what is the importance of knowing the elements of the genre and how it contributes to the theme of a particular literary piece? Do we have a hand here? Oh, it seems quite hard question. So that's fine. It's easy. Don't worry, I will help you regarding if you have some mistakes. So don't worry, it's your opinion. Now let's try to call here again a name. Let's open here the audio. Tada, let's spin the wheel. Okay, we have our next student to answer this. Tada! Joe. Okay, Joe. Okay, may I know how do I pronounce this word? Joe or Joey? Ah, Joe. Okay, so Joe. Okay, let me ask again the question. Okay, what is the importance of knowing the elements of the genre and how it contributes to the theme of a particular literary piece? Mhm. Okay, thank you so much for that. So, Joe said that being familiar with the genre also makes our life easier, specifically for the readers, because if we already have the general idea about how the story flows. So maybe we can read the story faster and make the sense of information uh, to understand quickly. Okay, so good job. So my dear students, I would like also to add on for that, when you students can describe the literary elements of such story or the genre, specifically the character, the plot, it could be easier for you, and it could be there are some advantages. Specifically, you can easily interpret and respond to the text. Then you can focus on discussing the key details of the literary elements, and then you can be able to understand what is the author's message and purpose of the story. So that's the essence of knowing the elements and the gender and how it, I mean, contributes to the theme of the particular literary piece. All right. Okay, good job. So now moving forward, let's move to the second question. As reflected in this story, based on its genre, what are the personality traits of Saudi Arabs as a people? Do we have volunteer? We have a brave student here. We have Carlos. Okay, Carlos, can you please provide your answer? Okay, turn on your microphone. Okay. So thank you so much for your answer. So Carla said, okay, Arab people, based on the genre, on the video, I mean yes, the video that we watched earlier, it portrays that they have a colorful and rich literature. Why can you say so, Carlos? Because the way how they present mhm, their video, I mean the story. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Carlos. Now, please be informed, my dear students, people in Saudi Arabia are friendly. They are welcoming and very steeped in their culture. So as we can see in the video also, even though the thieves are disguising, okay, but Alibaba still able to welcome them. So it only portrays how good they are. And then we can also infer or conclude that Saudi Arabia is a dynamic country which have also a dynamic culture because the people are hospitable, all right, based on the story. Okay, good job. That's nice. High five, Carlos. Okay, amazing. Now, let's move on to the last question. Okay, as a Filipino, how will you use in your life what you have learned from the story? In hand. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Tada! Let's play the audio. Okay, close. Spin the wheel. We have another student here. Tada! We have Oliver. Okay, Oliver, you will be the one to answer me. Okay, so now, again, let's ask the question again. As a Filipino, how will you use in your life what you have learned from the story? Okay, carry on. Go ahead. Hmm? Okay, thank you so much for that. I forgot the name. Okay, Jake. Sorry, Oliver, rather, Oliver. Okay, so Oliver said that the moral of the lesson of the Alibaba and the fortitude is that we should not be greedy. So we must be generous. So he added that as a Filipino, he must be generous at all times. That's good. So we must be generous not only in our loved ones, but also in our neighbor. All right. So that's good to hear. So another hand, any volunteer, we have Jennifer. Okay, turn on your microphone. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for your answer, Jennifer. So Jennifer said that as portrayed in the story, we must be observant and mindful if what is happening in our surroundings. So as a Filipino, we must be mindful if what is happening right now. We must be updated if what is happening in our society. Okay, exactly. Good job. So my dear students, okay, you did great in our activity. High five. Very good. Be able to create a generalization with our discussion. So good job. So my dear students, do you enjoy? Okay, of course. Now, since you enjoy, let's have another activity. I anticipate you will really enjoy in our next activity. So just a second here. Let me prepare first just a second, our wheel. Okay. Now, earlier, if you can still remember, I asked you to send your name, right? And also a picture of yours. So those pictures will be the basis of our activity for the next part, which means that there's still a spin or spinner. Then the person or the student who is chosen based on the image here will be the one to answer the question. Okay, crystal clear? Okay, so let me prepare here. Just a second, student pick and open for prices. Just a second, one moment. Mhm. Okay, prices. Okay, now let's move on to our next activity. Okay, the next activity we have here is entitled hashtag deal or deal not to no deals. It means that will you deal or deal not to no deal? So what's your answer? You need to answer. Or I mean that if you will answer deal or deal not to no deal, so you need to answer the question. So okay, you don't have skip. You cannot skip. All right. So here, what we need to do here is that again, as I said earlier, we'll be choosing the name. I mean the picture of the student randomly. After that, okay, you will choose the number of the briefcase, and then you need to, I mean, after we open, there are some hashtag there. So you need to take the role of Morjana, okay? And the role of Morjana portrays the theme of the story. So you need to elaborate the theme of the story in a real life situation. Okay, get the point? Any questions or clarifications? Okay, so 9. Okay, very good. So again, after you answer, there are some set of prizes. So let's try to spin the wheel. Who will be the first person or student who will answer the hashtag deal or deal not to no deal? So just a second here. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Who will be our lucky winner today? Alright, so our lesson is brought to you by Marapets. Okay, that's good. So let's move on here. Let's spin the wheel. Who will be the first sign or student who will answer the first briefcase? Ta-da! We have, okay, Generalization. Okay, so now Generous kumaan. Please try, okay, please give me the number. What number you prefer? Number 1. Okay, number 1. Okay, we have here, before I forgot, Generous rather, deal or deal not to no deal. Okay, deal of course because we have prices now here. The first hashtag is hashtag loyalty. Now again, Genris, what you need to do is please elaborate the hashtag in a real life situation. Mhm. Okay. All right, so thank you so much for that, Jenris. Okay, you are correct. So that's your opinion. So Jenris said, as a Filipino, an individual with unique moral obligation to treat one another, resulting to community ties. So these values make Filipino friendly, hospitable, polite, and loyal. So we must be loyal not only in our loved ones, but also in our community. So you must also be loyal with your partners in life, right? Or else, goodbye, Philippines. All right, so good job. So now, Janice, thank you so much for your answer. Now, let's spin. What will be your prize? Okay, just a second here. 1 minute. Janice, are you ready for your prize? Okay, let's spin the wheel for the prizes. We have here, ta-da! We have, okay, ta-da! Plus 5 points. Okay, Janice, in today's discussion, you have plus 5 points. Okay, good job. Okay, excellent. All right, so now let's move on to the next hashtag here. All right. Okay, so in this way, let's choose another briefcase. Okay, so let's try to choose who will be the next person to answer the question. Okay, we have here 1 moment. Okay, let's spin the wheel again. Okay, the next student will be here. Ta-da! We have, Journaline, you will be the one to answer the next. Okay, next briefcase. Now, Journaline, Hashtag deal or deal not to no deal. What's your answer? Okay, deal because of the price. Okay, we have here, okay, tadan, generosity. Now, Jonalyn, can you please elaborate a real life situation? The hashtag generosity. Okay, go ahead. Okay. All right, so thank you so much for that, Jonalyn. So Jonalyn said that Filipinos are generous people. So even when we have very little, we always share with those around us. So during special occasions such as birthdays or fiestas. So in that case, Junalyn said that we must always be generous at all times. Okay, good job. So thank you so much for that, Jonalyn. Now let's try to know what's your score. Your prize are not a score but prize. So tada, let's spin the wheel. Your score, your prize will be tada. Okay, Jonalyn, congratulations. You won a 20 pesos since Jonalyn. So you won a 1 million. So 20 pesos long, not 1 million. Sorry. Okay, good. So please send me your number after the lesson. Okay, and now let's move on to the next slide here. And I mean, next part. Let's choose the next number. Okay, let's choose the next person. Ta-da! And let's try to spin the wheel again. The next student will be here. Okay, we have here. Okay, Larry. Okay, Larry May Perez. Okay, Larry, you will be the one to answer the next part. Okay, please choose. Before that, hashtag deal or deal not a no deal. Okay, deal. Choose the number 3. Okay, we have here number 3 is hashtag honesty. Now, Larry, can you please elaborate in a real life situation the hashtag loyal? I mean honesty. Okay, go ahead. Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, good job. So, Larry said that being honest means choosing not to lie, not to steal, not to cheat, or not to deceive in any way. So, when we are honest, we build strength of character that will allow us to be of great service to God and to others. So we must be honest at all times. So as a Filipino, okay, honesty is the best policy. Okay, good job. Now, Larry, you did great for your answer. Now, let's try to spin the wheel for your prize. The next prize will be the done. All right, we have here. Okay, 20 pesos load. Okay, so again, Larry, you won after. All right, now let's move on to the last part. Okay, congratulations, Larry. Now, we have here the last briefcase. So, we'll be the one to answer. Okay, so let's spin again the wheel. Okay, ta-da! One moment. Okay, picture. Let's spin the wheel together. Okay, our lesson is brought to you by Ono. Okay, Pookie. It's a games here. There are games here, rather. Okay, just take your time. We have Bema. Bema Amor Lapas. Okay, Bema. Okay. The question is deal or deal not to no deal. Okay, deal. The last part is number 2. Hashtag greediness. Now, Bema, can you please elaborate a real life situation, the theme of the story? Okay, which is greediness. Okay, start. Okay, thank you so much for that, Bama. So Bama said that greed is good not just for your own life, but for others as well. Okay, not good. Sorry, it's not good rather. Being greedy is not good. Okay, so by elevating your life, you can radically elevate your family's life. All right, your community, and yes, even the world. So we must be generous at all times. We must not be greedy because greediness can lead us to, okay, distraction and being so, okay, greed itself. Okay, that's good. Now, Bema, you did great. Now, let's try to spin the wheel. What could be your eyes? Okay, ta-da! Okay, we have here the line. You still get yeah. Even though, okay, that's I'm so sorry for that. I hope you enjoy with our activity. Okay, so my dear students, we are done with our activity. So now let's have a quiz so that I can check if you totally understood our discussion. Now here, I sent you a link in your chat box. It is a Google form. I would like you to please open the link. Okay, all right, so let's answer the question together. Okay, just a second here. All right, now here we have quiz from 1 to 10. Now in the Google form, click the link. Please, write your email, your full name. Okay, don't forget to write your full name. Okay, now let's have the first question here. It is a category of artistic composition as in music or literature. characterized by similarities in form, style, or subject matter? What's the answer? Choose A, B, or C. Hmm? Okay, finish. How about number 2? Is an old story that's been told again and again, often for generations. The correct answer is, all right, so sorry, it's my answer. So just choose your own answer. Okay, how about number 3? The central idea in the story is what we call. Okay, number 4. It is the raw material from which a storyteller artfully creates a story experience for a listener. A, B, or C. Number 5. Are usually animals or people. We discussed this earlier. Okay, number 6. It reveals opposing beliefs and truths about life. It entertains by creating relatable context in emotional, dangerous, or exciting ways. So A, B, or C. Number 7. What country does the story came from? All right. Number 8. It initiates the main backdrop and mood for the story. Number 9. Usually universal truths, lessons, and values related to people, their actions, and or material goods that is valued by the group that creates the folk tale. And lastly, number 10. 1001 Nights is also known as, okay, choose the answer. All right. Now, I would like you to please please submit the button. Okay, in the count of 10, or else it will not be recorded. All right. So in the count of 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, click the word submit button. Now, let's check your answers here. Okay, good job. Oh, I can see here you did great. So, let's check your answer questions. One moment. Right. Okay, so responses. Okay, so we have here the response. Okay, example, we have J. Santiago here. Okay, this one. Okay, so we have here number 1, a category of artistic composition. So what's your answer for that? The correct answer is, okay, genre. All right. Okay, that's good. So number 2, the correct answer is folk tale. All right, number 3 is central idea in the story. It's the theme. About number 4, is the raw material from which a storyteller artfully creates a story experience for a listener. It's letter B, it's the plot. And number 5 is animals or people. These are the character. How about number 6? It reveals opposing beliefs on truths, so on and so forth. The answer is conflict. Very good. How about number 7? What countries does the story came from? It is in Saudi Arabia. How about number 8? It initiates the main backdrop and the mood of the story. It's the setting. And how about number 9? Universal truths, usually universal truths and lessons. These are the theme. And last one, okay, 1001 Nights, also known as, okay, there are 2 answers here. The 1001 Nights or the Arabian Nights. So, my dear students, I'm so happy for your outcome and for the result of our quiz. Okay, we can see here that the mean score or the average score is 8.6 rather over 10. So, it portrays that you are doing good. The highest score is 10 and the lowest is, okay, 6.5, or let's say 6. So, again, you did great, my dear students. Good job. High five. Okay, amazing, my dear students. You did great. Now, we are done with our quiz and I'm happy for your performance, my dear students. Now, it's the time for me rather, to give a homework because we are also running out of time. So, your assignment will be entitled Detective Noipi. So, what you are going to do here is search for a Philippine folktale and create a reflection essay on how the genre contributes to the theme of the story. Submit your output to our Google Classroom, okay, in PDF format. Now, do you have questions? Raise your hand. Okay, none. I believe so, none. Okay, good job. Now, before we end our discussion, let's review or let's go back again for our lesson objectives. If we able to attain our goals in today's lesson. Now, first part is, were we able to identify and explain the elements of the story Alibaba and the 40 Thieves? Yes. In what part? Okay, in the activity. Good job. So second one, were we able to demonstrate understanding of the text through taking the roles of the character? Yes. In what part? Okay, the second activity where we use the hashtag choo so on so forth. All right, how about letter C is where we able to share meaningful comments and insightful observation how the elements specific to a genre contribute to the theme of a particular literary through oral recitation. So did we attain this part? Yes, when I asked question earlier, said good job. My dear students, okay, you did great today's lesson. We acquire all the objectives in today's discussion, and I'm so happy for your performance. I hope you enjoy and learn something in today's lesson. All right, however, we are running out of time, but before we end our discussion, do you have any questions, clarifications, or suggestions? Okay, none. So again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy and learn something in today's lesson. See you in the next discussion. Keep safe and have a great day. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Ciao, ciao.